Not yet.
So just it might have a shorter end or something. Does it?
Hello, 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 hello.
I can hear you.
Hello,
Perfect.
hello, hello. There we go.
All right. Yeah.
Okay.
They got a little short in here, man. Well, I'm here, man. It's your boy cKlewis, Believe Truth and Fact. And I have a very, very, very special guest with me today. Man, my guy, Coach Scott Eaton.
Yeah.
He came in. I'm so happy that you came. I really am. Man, we've been back and forth for a while on Facebook. And, we have different viewpoints. But I think when you have a lot of differences, there's a lot of similarities at the same time.
Absolutely.
I just think there's little subtle nuances, maybe a little, things that are different. But I think the foundation, the fundamentals are like probably the same. But
I agree with that.
We'll get into that. Like I said, go ahead and introduce yourself real quick.
I'm Scott Eaton, or known as Coach Eaton. Probably most of the people I've ever taught. So, Coach Eaton. I've been teaching now for 17 years. Cyril and his group were the first group of students I actually taught that were my own.
We were the first?
Yeah, my first group.
Really?
My first
so that was 17 years ago.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, I am about to be 30, so that wow.
Crazy. Yeah, so you're on first group, man.
Okay. First group of teachers, and you teach. What is your?
Up to this point, I've taught special ed, English, math for a semester.
Okay.
Social studies, like special ed.
Okay.
So.
Oh, yeah. Nice. And I remember seeing you like out in China for a little bit. Were you out there?
I taught in China for 2 years.
Okay.
And then taught in Mexico for like 6 months. So been doing that for the last 3 years. So it's kind of a new thing.
And now you're back in Houston, right?
Maybe.
Okay.
Maybe. Still kind of waiting.
Nice. Well, that's what's up, man. Yeah, like I said, like honestly, you are an integral part in my life. Okay. Like you were a time where I was growing into, a teenage, into a man and things of that nature. So, man. So that's why I'm glad that you came.
It's always good to see y'all, man.
Yeah, man. That's crazy, man. A lot of us were doing whatever we're doing,
They're doing well, man.
Yeah, everybody's doing their thing, and all of us are still. We're not as close as we used to be, obviously, but we still talk every so often, and we're still things of that nature. So. Yeah, that's good, man.
Yeah, we built that foundation. It's hard to break
and all of us were pretty much friends before we got to 8th grade, 7th grade. Anyways, we all knew each other, stayed in the same neighborhood and stuff like that. Yeah. So we all knew each other like that, and so that bond right there never is broken or anything.
No, even if it takes time,
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. When I see my guys, I'm like, man, what's up, y'all?
Still the same.
We pick up where we left off, man. So
yeah, no doubt.
Man, like I said, I'm so happy you're here, man, because there's but. I want to just let the people get to know you a little bit. So where'd you grow up? Where are you from? Because I probably don't even know these things.
I grew up in Galena Park, East Houston.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Grew up there. Actually grew up in a neighborhood that was different from the school I went to.
Oh, okay. What school did you go to?
I went to Galena Park High, but I was actually supposed to go to Fur High School.
Oh, okay. I had a partner that went to Fur. He listens sometimes, man. My man Muwafa. Yeah. That's a rough school right there, huh?
Yeah, that's why my mom and dad were like,
but Galena Park is a little rough too.
It was rough.
East side of Houston is a little rough.
It's a little rough.
Yeah. East side of Houston.
So it's interesting to be on that side. Which kind of, I guess, was my initiation into this life and how you look at things. Started from there, but my parents and my family, being from a very good background, kind of kept you on the.
So you say your parents, so mother and father?
Absolutely.
Okay. Yeah. Brothers and sisters, or?
I have an older brother and a younger brother.
Okay. So you're the middle. Yeah. Okay.
I'm always in between. My favorite color is gray, so I'm always in between.
That's tough right there. Yeah, I grew up an only child. I have a brother and sister from my dad. Okay. But I grew up an only child, so I was basically, only child or whatever. Yeah. So, but I get it. 2-parent household and stuff. And a lot of people don't like that, but a 2-parent household is different from a single-parent household. You grow up thinking differently, and that father figure is like so important.
Absolutely.
That father figure. I mean, the mother is important too. I mean, they're both important, but having that father figure gives you that logical, rational perspective of life. Yeah. You don't look at life like just so emotionally. You look at life more logical, like
practically.
Yeah. So that's pretty good, man.
And it's not a diss on y'all mothers.
No. I don't like. No. Definitely not a diss on the single mothers. But I just, we'll get into that later. So 2-parent household, Galena Park.
Educated family. Okay. Cousins, uncles, aunts. Everybody's
big family.
Graduates. Yeah, pretty big.
Oh, okay.
The initial starter had like 19 kids, so it kind of branched off. Some of them died, of course, and didn't reproduce. But Yeah, a lot of kids, a lot of different people.
Same, man. That's crazy. Yeah, my grandmother had 14.
Yeah, man. That was
14. Yeah, she came from like 12.
Yeah. So that's like, how they rolled back then.
Our family reunions look like carnivals. And we have them every year. Every year we don't stop.
All from here?
No, from Omaha, Nebraska. That's where my dad's side of the family is, and my mom's from St. Louis. So yeah, and so man, that's crazy, man. So
is your family pretty educated though, huh?
Well, I wouldn't say that. No, not a knock on everybody like that, but no, the college wasn't one thing that they wanted to do like that. My dad, he got an associate's. My mom, she didn't go to college at all, but they pushed college on me. They was like, yeah, you're going to do it. You're going to get your education. And
next level,
yeah. And I went ahead and got my bachelor's and all that, so it is what it is. But you know, I don't always say like you need college, you know, because there are so many successful people, quote unquote successful people that never went to college, didn't even graduate high school, you know. So it's all what you make it. Whatever your success. For me, I always felt like, I wanted to go to school, but of course I played sports and everything, so I wanted to play the college basketball and all that. So and I got to do that, and I hit that goal, and that was really what I wanted to do. And
your experience with different people, different cultures,
definitely, yeah. I think
it's a big thing.
Yeah, I was in school in Chicago, so it's a whole different. That's way different from Houston.
Yeah.
Different people, different culture, all that type of shit.
So I think the growth for college is not even about the knowledge you get from it in the books.
Yeah.
But just life lessons, things that you learn.
Yeah.
It's hugely important.
Yeah. So. Yeah. 2-parent household. Yeah. Went to college. What school did you go to?
Angelo State.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. So I remember your father talking to him about it. He was like, oh, man, I heard you went to Angelo State. Yeah, we talked.
Yeah. I went to Angelo State my freshman year.
Yeah.
Was on the practice squad at Angelo State. Coach Riley, shout outs to him, put me on the practice squad. He didn't put me on the team. Pissed me off, man. That I ain't gonna lie. That hurt my heart. Mm-hmm. Put me on a practice squad, but man, we had some good ballers over there.
Yeah.
There was some ballers over there. It was mostly from New York.
Yeah.
But they were like hoopers.
Yeah.
That was the first time I seen like hoopers. Like I was around some ballers or whatever, but them dudes was like
they come to get you.
Yeah, I was like, okay, this is a different level. But I still had fun though.
In schools like that, you know, people don't think because it's not UT or Texas Tech or whatever that there's balls not good out there.
Oh no, it was some hoopers.
Yeah,
and the campus was fun. Like when I was there, they built Centennial Hall, which is like the big. They had just built it, a big long. It looked like a hotel. It looked like a hotel. Oh, wow. Yeah, but I lived in Concho.
Okay.
So I'm pretty sure you knew Concho. And then they just tore down the other one that looked like Concho, and we literally watched it tear down.
No joke. You were there.
Yeah, we watched it demolish or whatever. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it was crazy. And then they had Texan, and they had Massey Hall, and
Massey. I used to stay in Massey. Yeah.
Oh, you did? Oh man, so you was living you was sleeping right next to people.
Yeah.
You really got to know your roommate.
Hey man, I was in the towers before that, man.
Oh yeah. The towers was fun though, but we had our own. Man. We had our own. It was like a suite, so we had our own room by ourselves, and we shared the bathroom with someone else.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, suite mates. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so
I had some good times
sleep
up
next
there,
to anybody, but Angelo, we had some good. Man, we had some fun. I have a lot of friends that listen to this podcast that went to Angelo State, man.
Oh man, shout out to the Rams, man.
Yeah,
we to the Rams, man. That's
but it's the country though.
It is. It's the middle of nowhere.
And I'm pretty sure when you were there, it was way worse. It wasn't shit out there when I was there. It wasn't shit there when I was there, man. Yeah. And then the locals, they called them locals. They were like so like awkward to me. I'm like, damn, they're still wearing rubber bands around their pants and doing all this crazy.
Yeah, it's a different world out there, man.
Yeah, the country is different, man.
I remember driving out there the first time, and my mom.
7-hour drive.
Man, we lost it. Because there's a little stretch in between Eden and here.
Oh,
you're just God. Like, man, where are we, man? And it's just nothing. And all of a sudden, it's there. Like It's a really interesting place.
It's a college town. Without that college, I don't know what the hell.
I don't know what they do.
I don't know what,
it's nothing else to do there. Yeah, but it's I love San Angelo.
Pretty nice size school. Yeah, it was fun.
My daughter was born there, too.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, my senior year, she was born there.
Oh, okay. And you just have one?
Yeah, that's
one.
Maya. Shout out to Maya Eaton.
Yeah. That's what's up. That's what's up, man. Hey, that's what's up, man. So let's just hop right into
Let's go, man. Let's go. Let's see where this thing takes us, man. Let's get on this train and see where
all right, so I mean the things that's going on right now, you know, it's crazy right now. The riots, Black Lives Matter, George Floyd, Ahmaud Arbery. Now we got the new shooting with Rashard Brooks.
Yes.
Let me just get your take on police and civilian interactions and how yeah, like what is your take on that?
What I try to tell my friends or anybody, first you want to go home. So as a civilian, my purpose is to go home.
Yeah.
Second thing is to be respectful and do what you're supposed to do, man.
Yeah.
Like, and not blaming their attitudes or whatever the case might be on the actual killings. But hey, man, there's some responsibility you have to, as a civilian, to just listen, man.
My thing is, and my thing is, I put the onus on the black man, you know?
Okay.
Always. Because I feel like we already know where we're at in America. We know that it's unwritten that however other people feel about you, they feel about you. Mm-hmm. So if you want to go home, if you value your life, there's certain decisions that you're going to make and there's certain things you're going to do. Like the Rashard Brooks situation. A lot of people are up in arms that the cop shot him and things of that nature. And I don't agree. I don't think that the cop should have shot him. But at the same time, you were driving drunk. Mm-hmm. You know, you did run. Like, I don't know where you're going. You did punch an officer. And you did steal a taser. So at that, those things tell me that you don't value your own life. You don't care about your own life. So if you don't care, why should we care?
But, yeah. I mean, it's
you know what I'm saying.
That's a tough pill to swallow for a lot of people. It
is, but and you know, when I started this Pro Troop channel of Believe Truth and Fact, I knew that I would rub people the wrong way.
Absolutely.
I knew that I would offend people, and I was ready for that. Yeah. You know, it wasn't like I just started talking and I do my due diligence. I look into what I'm talking about and I understand. But like I said, I always put the onus on the black man because I feel like in the black community, men aren't really being men. We're so emotional. We're so, we just act, we lash out for some reason. I'm saying we now, usually I say them, but it's like, why? Because I used to be that way. You know, I used to be angry. I used to live angry and fearful and doubtful and blaming and say, oh, I could have did this when I did that. And at the same time, it's like, once I started to figure out, you know, it's not about them, it's about me. It's the mentality, that victimhood mentality hurts you.
It's us.
It hurts you. Yeah. And that rulership mentality is what the victims hate. You know, the victims hate the people that are in rulership, the people that rule, the people that have a mindset that it's not about them, it's about me. Yeah. The individual thinking. I'm not really into the group thinking, the identity politics. Yeah. I'm just not into that. So when I look at police brutality or quote unquote oppression or quote unquote racism, I'm like, no, that doesn't exist. It's not. It doesn't exist. It's in your mind. When we say racism is a two-way street. Okay. One person feels superior, one person feels inferior. Okay. And I look, and I come from a sports background. I play basketball, and when I step on a court, I feel like I'm better than everybody. Yeah. Now, am I? Yeah. Nah, I don't know. Probably not. But I feel like I am.
You should.
And if somebody else feels like I'm better than them, and they're feared and they scared of me because I feel like I'm better, and I'm like drop 30 on them. That's on them. I'm supposed to feel bad about that?
True.
So that's how people walk around life, and then people try to separate and put the color on it, like white people feel like they're better than everyone. No, they just have a rulership mentality. And some of them, not all of them. Mm-hmm. Some of them just have a rulership mentality. They just think I'm who I am. I have
this is mine. This is what I want.
I have a kingdom, and that's how we need to be as a black community, a so-called black community.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, it sucks because the funny thing about our black community right now, I think, is we claim to be so tough, but we are super, super duper sensitive, man.
Oh my goodness, yes.
It's like you can't tell the truth about us. You can lie to us. You can tell us it's everybody else's fault.
Yes, and we'll get in, and we'll buy into that. We will literally
because it's easy to not work.
It is. It's easy to
blame and
to say, okay, slavery is the reason.
Oh God. Yeah. Now this is one thing I know we agree on.
Okay.
I'm gonna be honest with you. Every time I hear someone black blame slavery or talk about slavery, I want to kick him in the face, man. Because I feel like, what are you doing?
I cringe.
Yeah,
I literally cringe.
Yeah, same.
I'm like, wow, like really? You are not a slave.
Like your mom wasn't either. I mean, like, no, what I mean by that is you weren't raised in a culture of slavery. You were raised free. I mean, anybody born now was born free, like a human.
Facts.
I mean, so we can't really blame slavery on.
Yeah. And I always look at, and I actually studied, I majored in history in college, and I don't even like telling people that, but I did. I studied history, and I minored in accounting, so it was both the best of both worlds, I guess. Okay. Mm-hmm. But for me, I just never looked at, well, I did in the beginning, but once I started to really understand, because I think knowing history and understanding history are two different things. Totally different things. I think everybody knows history. You know, slavery happened, black codes happened, Reconstruction, progressive era, Jim Crow, civil rights movement. Like, you know that. Martin Luther King, Malcolm X, like, you know it, but do you really understand it? Yeah. Like, what was really actually happening during that moment? And I came to the conclusion that it's not a black-white thing. It's just good and evil. Are you a good person or are you a bad person? Okay. And I look at the left, the radical left, as people will call it. I just look at them as those are people that try to just manipulate everyone to think that it's everyone else's fault. And the only people that benefit from that are the people that are telling you that it's their fault. That's just how I see it.
But you think that's just on the left?
No. I think well, when you look on the right is more individual thinking. So they call the right is more, and I'm not saying I'm a Republican and I'm a conservative, but I'm just saying I like to think as an individual. I just like to think for myself. I read something, I critically think through it, and then I make my own conclusion. I'm not saying what they said was what I think. And I think a lot of people on the left, a lot of people that are on that side, they read something and then they automatically think what they read is true, instead of reading between the lines and critically thinking. Like
I think both sides of this party.
I do think both sides do
both sides that. Are crazy. This party right I do. I think America is really weird with this right now.
Yeah, I do. And
because like you're gonna believe that just because
someone said it. But I love to read between the lines.
Yeah.
Like I said, critical thinking is so important. Like in English class, when you gotta.
But you're taught not to think though.
Yeah,
in the school system,
you read something and then you put your system. Yeah, you put your own opinion in there. It's not what they said is all correct. It's not.
There's deeper things. Yeah, nothing ever is on the surface.
Yeah, nothing ever is concrete and solid. No. It's more of just.
Well, see, I think the reason I have the problem with the right, I believe, is they're playing on the game that it's already rigged in their favor.
What you mean by that?
They're not giving any. Like, there is some economic things that are put in place that really killed the black community. Well, people of color community.
You think so?
Of course.
What
housing, loans. I mean, there was an NFL player that just got recently that they were jacking his loans. Like, he was trying to get a loan, blah, 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 or something like that. Any kind of financial something. And figured out that because he was white, because he was black, he was not getting this in this banking thing.
Well, how do you know?
And that's just in one issue. Because the guy that was there, they got found out. I can't remember what bank it was in. I'd have to do the research.
Yeah.
Yeah, they was found out it was a systemic thing in there. They're not letting you in this group of people that get these. And
I actually work in banking, and I don't want to put because the doxing and all that. You put your job out there, but there are so many branches, even in the bank I work. So if I'm a banker and someone comes in with a loan, or they want something and I deny it because of whatever reason, it's not like you can't go into another bank or another institution and if your shit is legit, you know what I'm saying, you can get your shit. So
absolutely,
I don't look at it like, okay, just because someone
door closes,
just because someone else doesn't believe in your whatever, it doesn't mean that you can't go somewhere else and someone else might not believe in it.
I think one of the issues for I would say the black community is if we don't get a job, the automatic thing is racism.
Yeah.
As if every white person that goes into a job gets it on the first. A lot of white people get turned down too.
They do.
You know what I mean? Like, a lot of people don't get it. Because if it's 25 people getting this one job, there's 24 other people that are not getting that job.
Exactly. There's only one position. Yeah. Everybody can get it. So if
you don't get it, it's...
And that's why I speak against affirmative action. Like, affirmative action tells people like, okay, you got to get into Harvard because of the color of your skin. You're black.
But they have the requirements. They have what it takes to be there.
But at the same time, that's not your decision to make. That's the person that makes that decision to make that decision to.
But we're forced to do that. The government's forced to do that.
That's what I'm saying. When affirmative, that's what I'm saying. Affirmative action forced white people to let black people into institutions that maybe they didn't deserve, or maybe they did deserve, but it forced them to make a decision that they didn't really want to make.
That's fine.
You think so?
Why would it not be?
That infringes on freedom, you know?
But you're making that choice because of my race. You're choosing not to let me in the group.
How do you know that?
Because it was a systemic problem that they had to force something. Look at the numbers. Look at the numbers back then. The numbers were not
okay.
Hey, we have one black person and there's 50 people here. You need something to kind of level the playing.
Okay, but at the same time, we had like, and this is going to like the Jim Crow days. Mm-hmm. We had Howard and Grambling and all these black colleges.
Of course.
Why? Who said our colleges weren't good enough that we had to go to Harvard, Yale? Like who was that said to the black community, you know what, your colleges aren't good enough. You got to go to these colleges because if you go to these colleges, who said that?
I don't know. That's a very good question.
But people bought into that, and it sparked the whole civil rights movement. Yeah, and that's why I say the civil rights movement was like it was like the begging rights movement. It was like your schools weren't good enough. Your high schools weren't good enough. Your middle schools weren't good enough. Your neighborhood isn't good enough.
So you got to come be with us.
Your restaurants aren't good enough. Mm-hmm. Your every aspect of your life isn't good enough. So let's infringe on these lives. Mm-hmm. And that's why I think segregation was probably it was a good thing,
but it was a horrible thing.
You think so?
Yeah.
Well, we wouldn't get HBCUs. We wouldn't have black businesses if it wasn't for segregation.
You mean integration?
Or no, I'm saying integration was terrible.
Okay, yes.
Segregation was good.
Integration was good. Integration was
bad. That's when things got confusing and chaotic.
I agree.
Because we were people like Martin Luther King were telling us, and the whole his movement. I can't think of them. The SB. All them, the people that's listening, they look that up. You went to school, you know what's going on. His whole organization, the NAACP, they're telling black people you're not good enough. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, wow, like how are we not good enough? Like we can't go to our own schools.
Well, because that's what all the cultures do.
They tell you you're not good enough.
No, Arab countries, Arab people, Indian people, they come here. They make their money with themselves.
Of course.
They make their money.
But why?
But they're so inferior. They don't come here going, oh, we got to get with these white people. They just come here to make money and
the reason why, and my whole thing, I used to want to know why, and I understand now. As a 29-year-old, I'm like, okay, black isn't a culture. Black isn't a race. Black is just a color. And so many of us hold on to this blackness. Like, I'm black, I'm proud, and that's not a race. That's not a culture. Your culture comes from your language, you know, your the food, the music. Like, culture is all that. Culture has nothing to do with your skin color at all. Race has nothing to do with your skin color at all.
But you don't think there are certain things that our culture does?
When you say our, you mean black culture? Mm-hmm. Well, when you say black culture, and I look at the definition of black and white, I'm like, okay, what is white? White means pure, innocent.
Oh, well.
What does black mean?
Evil culture, yes.
So, and then when I look at black culture, I look at rap music, I look at drug dealers, and people that rob people, stealing people, you know, and then I'm like, okay, and then people grow up and get into gangs and get into all this other thing, and I just
Some of us are not doing that.
Of course. Some of us. But the culture, the quote-unquote black culture is, it's like when you growing up, I remember growing up, people were like, you talk white. I was like, what the hell does that even mean? Like, what is talking white mean? Like, I look at my parents, they're black. I look at my family. Most of them are black. I do have white people in my family. Mm-hmm. But I'm just like, I don't get it. Like, what do you mean?
But that's a self-hate that they don't realize.
But they'll turn around and say, you self-hate because you don't claim your blackness.
Because they're confused. It's a confusion. It's a true confusion.
Yeah.
That's the thing. I love this whole Black Lives Matter thing. I love it.
You love it?
I like the movement.
I do not.
Let me tell you why, though. It's a sense of pride here. I think that you see with certain people with the Black Lives Matter shirt. There's a pride that we haven't seen in the black community. Same thing you're saying about integration. Okay. Not feeling good enough.
Yeah.
Now we're saying, God damn it, we are. Fuck all that. We matter too.
Yeah.
So I get it.
Okay.
If we're going to take the next step, though, the next step is the most important.
I like the phrase Black Lives Matter. The phrase, great. Black Lives Matter, of course. Black Lives Matter, everybody matters. Goddamn. But Black Lives Matter, yes. But the organization, hell no. I cannot, no.
What's wrong with the organization?
Okay, if you read their website, it says, I don't want to bring it up, but I'm going to paraphrase. But, and their whole thing is about, therefore, gays, queers, transsexuals, and women. Nowhere on their site do they say, therefore, the heterosexual black man. But every time a heterosexual black man dies, they're in the forefront. So I feel like, and it was started by women and gay men. And I mean, do what you do. I don't care I don't care. But at the same time, you know, I'm a man of the Most High, and I believe in order: God, Christ, man, woman, children. Okay. And so when you say you want the woman or gays to be over the man, that's out of order. That is out of order. And so, and let's not act like 77 or 70% or whatever the percentage is of black community is not raised by women in single parent homes.
Single parent households, yeah.
And everybody knows can't no woman raise no man. That's impossible.
She can do it.
She can do her best, but she can't raise a man.
There's some good guys out there.
There are. There's some great guys out there. I interview them all the time. But
some make it. But by and large, it's a tough part. It's a tough field of our.
Yeah, people like percentages and all that. Like, let's just keep it a buck, man. Like, are we gonna ignore the gangs and the violence that goes on? Like,
there's a lot of things you got.
You bring up black on black crime. It's like people are like, no, black on black. There's always a reason. They're like, dude, no, black on black crime is hella relevant in our community.
It is. Absolutely.
Like, I had a cousin that I grew up with. He's from Omaha, Nebraska, and he died. Got shot by a gang member. Like, he was in a party. The gang came through and just shot up the party. They didn't know who they was killing. They just shot up the party because the party was Bloods and they was Crips.
Colors.
So addicted to color. And and he got hit. He wasn't even in the gang or nothing. Yeah. He just got hit. Yeah. And it's just like nobody was
marching about that.
Nobody was Black Lives Matter. You know what I'm saying? We had to struggle to pay for the funeral. Yeah. And I think, like, damn, if a white man would have killed him, shit, we all millionaires. Set up the GoFundMe, and we about to get this bread. We ain't got to worry about burying my guy. You know what I'm saying? And it is, but that's my whole thing. It's just like, why do we care so much when police, quote unquote, or white people, quote unquote, kill black people? But
I think it's the lack of consequences.
Niggas every day.
But them niggas go to jail though.
No, this dude is not caught. We have not caught.
Oh, but I'm saying by and large. I mean, look at the population of
the prison. You think so?
The prison is like 60% black.
Yeah, but if you look into those cases, they're guilty.
That's what I mean. So that's what I mean. But they get caught and go to jail. The cops that killed.
So white people don't get caught when they do crimes?
I'm saying the cops that have killed us go home.
But yeah, there's a reason why they. Though. But there's a reason why they kill black people, the cops.
But you still can't go home. Should not be able to go home. They killed them out of Aubrey and went home.
Well, they weren't cops.
Don't matter.
And they weren't.
You not no black man gonna kill no white man in the street and go home for the week or for the month.
But all right, but that just goes back to
racism.
No.
That is absolute. This is where we falter, right? This is the key.
But this is my thing.
You can't say it doesn't exist because it obviously does. Look at the criminal injustice system that we have. Wow. Just on that alone.
But if Ahmaud Arbery didn't fight a person with a gun, like what? Why are you fighting someone with a gun?
Why are the people?
Why are you in abandoned homes or constructed homes or wherever he's like? Why are you doing all these things?
Because he is a free man.
But he wasn't. But everybody thinks that
he's
you can
free.
Just do whatever you want.
Yeah, you can.
You can.
White people do it all the time.
But you can just do it. But
there were people that were in that house other than him. You know
that comparison to.
I've been in those houses before.
And I have too.
Okay, so then what's the difference? So you deserve to get killed?
No, but the difference is when we're in America, okay?
I know, free.
We are in America.
I can walk in any goddamn abandoned house if I want to, and I cannot get killed for it.
But at the same time, we have to understand that we are behind the enemy lines. This isn't our country. Okay, if we're gonna talk about black and white, this isn't our country. If you're gonna take that stance as black and white, I don't take that stance as black and white. I feel like every law, I'm a law-abiding citizen. I pay my taxes. I go to work.
Absolutely.
I do everything the right way. I don't smoke weed. I drink a little bit, but all that, like, I don't do drugs. I don't deal things of that nature. I feel like I'm a law-abiding citizen. I try to do the right thing.
Okay.
I try to live a virtuous, righteous life.
Absolutely.
But if you're not doing that, and you're black, and this country was not founded by so-called black people, and it was founded by so-called white people, and you know that there are certain people in this country that feel however they feel about so-called black people.
Of course.
Why would you do things in contradiction to the laws?
Because
if you know you're not going to get
free.
But you're not free, though.
You are.
Not if you're breaking the law. Okay. You're not free if you're breaking the law. Like the 13th Amendment, everybody loves that 13th Amendment. If you break the law, you become a slave.
Of course.
So you're not free when you break the law.
But my point is that all races do things. It's not just us. If I can.
Yeah, but why are we? I know, but why are we so?
My black ass into this abandoned home that is being built.
Yeah.
To see, I might be an architect in training.
Yeah, and you just want to see.
I might want to see how the house looks.
No, I mean, I grew up in.
I should be free enough.
I grew up in a neighborhood where there was a bunch of model homes being built, and I go back to the neighborhood all the time. I'm like, damn, this neighborhood. I remember when there was just trees.
Of course.
And me and my friends, we used to go in these little abandoned homes and play hide and seek.
Of course.
That was our thing. Like in these wooden structures, we would play hide and seek in those. I was 13, 12 years old.
Did you feel free?
At the time,
all you want to do is
at the time, I was like, it was fun. But
because you're free.
As an adult,
I'm still free.
I'm not playing hide and seek in a damn abandoned home.
But I should be able to walk into an abandoned home as a black man or Latino person and not fear being killed. I should be able to. That's the freedom that I'm paying for, that I work for, that I do the same shit that everybody else does.
Yeah.
I should be able to live like them too. Why I gotta live in fear? If I'm gonna do that, I'm gonna leave.
I don't like I want to live like them. I would rather be able to do that and then not get killed for that.
I want to be a human.
I don't think, and like I said, I'm not taking up for the people that killed him. Like
you are a little bit.
I did. I think it's wrong to kill.
I think it's okay.
No, I really do think it's wrong that they killed that man. Like I don't think killing somebody is the conclusion to breaking laws. I don't think that, but. At the same time, I don't think that we could just do whatever we want and not get any consequences.
Of course.
Of
course. I mean, if you're doing something wrong, of course, there should be consequences, but it should not be death. Especially when you watch mass murders get walked out in handcuffs with no beat up, no throwdown, no rough up.
And people love to bring that up. And my response is always, okay, those people that get caught, like Dylan Roof. You're talking about Dylan Roof, right?
I'm talking about all of them. I haven't seen one get roughed up.
All I know is I only know Dylan Roof. Dylan Roof is probably the poster board of white people. He went to a church and killed 9 people. Was it 9 people?
8. Something like that.
9, yeah. And shout out to them, like their families and all that. Just because we don't know the names and everything doesn't mean that our heart doesn't go out to them. But he went into a church, prayed with them, and then shot them. And the police came in there and took him to Burger King and gave him water.
I never saw that part, but that's what I keep hearing. So I'm assuming it's true.
Honestly, I never saw that either. Yeah. This is just what I heard. Yes. But at the same time, it's not like they got there and the dudes tried to fight them and ran and did all this other stuff. Like, I feel like if he tried to resist and ran and did all, they probably would have maybe killed him or shot him.
Tamir Rice was 12, the kid that got shot in the park.
And
on site,
people love to bring that up.
I'm
so glad you brought that up because I've talked about this on Facebook, but I haven't been able to put this on wax. Tamir Rice, and I bring this up all the time. My mother and father did not let me play with guns as a kid.
Same.
And as a kid, I was like, and I grew up in the neighborhood I grew up in, Burnhamwood. mostly white.
Yeah.
And there was a lot of the white kids, they love to play with the BB guns.
Absolutely.
Outside. We used to have little BB gun fights and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, I asked my dad, can I get a BB gun? And, hell nah. You can't get no BB gun.
Yeah.
In my mind, I'm like, why? All my friends got BB guns. I want to go out there and shoot these niggas. Like, they shooting me with BB guns. That shit hurt and shit. Like, and he said no. You know, he didn't let me play with guns. He didn't even let me get a water gun.
Absolutely.
So I do not take up for the cops for shooting Tamir Rice because he had a gun, but at the same time, his parents failed him. Why did his parents let him have a gun? Why is he out on the street with a gun? You know, where are your parents?
But what about the kids that do walk around with guns and don't get killed?
You know,
because what you're saying,
people do crimes and get away with them all the time.
Of course.
But your judgment day is coming.
Of course.
Trust me. If you're not living virtuous and righteous, your judgment day is coming.
But you're saying that we're in America and we're free. We should live free and it's about ourselves.
Well,
but at the same time, on the flip side, you're saying you got to live with these rules of behavior.
No, my thing is this is my thing. If you're God damn it, my intern is super freaking late. Put your headphones on. We only got 20 minutes left.
You too.
I'm like, late. She's late.
Welcome.
But it's cool because, you know, you can put your little input in. She's from Baltimore.
Oh, nice.
That's a tough city.
It's a tough place to live.
Tough place right there, or whatever. And you know, you bring a perspective.
Okay, what are we talking about?
We're talking about right now. We're talking about Tamir Rice, who got shot and things of that nature. But
the difference between
treatment
of black people that get.
But my thing is, if you're doing the right thing, if you're driving, you're speeding right down the road, and you got a record on you. Like before you were speeding, you've killed someone, you've robbed someone,
okay,
and then you speed down the road and you get pulled over.
Of course.
And no, let me say this: you're not even speeding. You just get pulled over for quote unquote no reason. But a week ago, 2 weeks ago,
because you're black.
Yeah, let's just say that. Let's just say that because you're black, you got pulled over for no reason. I wear do-rags all the time. I try to keep my waves spinning. I'm not gonna front. So you're not doing.
You look like
you're not doing anything. You're not doing anything wrong. But 2 weeks ago, you killed somebody and you robbed somebody, and you get pulled over for no. You got pulled over for no reason. But 2 weeks ago, you killed and you robbed somebody. If you get
karma,
you know that's what I'm saying. If you get in trouble or if whatever happens in that situation, just because you didn't get caught for what you did, like you got pulled over for no reason, quote unquote, like you still did something. But say you get pulled over for no reason and 2 weeks ago or your whole life you've been living virtuous and righteous and nothing happened. They ran your plates. No record, no warrant. You didn't do anything. I pulled you over because you're black, but nothing's wrong with you. You kept your shit airtight. You good.
And you go home.
They let you go. But if you're living a chaotic and confusing life and you get pulled over for no reason, but you did something 2-3 weeks ago or a month ago or a year ago or whatever.
Crazy in the moment.
You know what I'm saying? Or you mouthed off in the moment or whatever. That's on you.
It is.
You're not living virtuous and you're not living righteous.
But it happened. Well, yes.
So you have to face your consequences.
Of course. But the problem with that, Cyril, and I agree with you, I think personal responsibility is a huge deal, no doubt.
Yes.
However, everyone has different rules, though. So there you say racism. I agree.
No. You just said, okay, I'm going to let you go.
What I'm saying is, yes, you are black and you are in control of your life and your choices and
you have control of your life even if you're white.
Everyone does. I'm saying everyone does, but I'm saying. However, if they don't pay the same consequences you pay for doing the same thing, then there is racism. It's an absolute fact.
But my thing is, and my intern's shaking their head and all that. No, look.
It's got to be fair, Cyril. That's all we're looking for.
And that's one thing that I do not believe in is equality.
Of course.
I don't think. No, but like no two people on this earth are equal. Twins that come out of the same mother aren't even equal.
Absolutely.
You know, like if I go to the buffet and I'm gonna eat this much food and you gonna eat this much food.
Absolutely.
I was like, you can't give me this amount of food and give the next man this. Like that's communism. That's socialism. when you get into equality. Everybody needs their share of what they need. So I look at every case. I look at every case differently because every case is different. Not all cases are the same.
Of course not.
So you can't give the same quote unquote punishment to everyone.
You can't have a woman get 20 years in jail for shooting a warning shot at an abusive husband. Mm-hmm. And then a white person shoot at nobody, shooting down a drone and get nothing. It's the same.
Yeah, but
it's the same thing.
But that black woman, no. That is. But prior to that, what did that woman do?
It does not matter.
Why doesn't that matter?
That's the question.
She's a goddamn human. What do you mean?
No, I mean, but whatever she did, how do you know she didn't have warrants on her?
9 years ago.
How do you know she didn't have warrants on her? How do you know she didn't have priors?
She didn't go to jail for 20 years for that though. I mean, I get what you're saying.
I don't know which case you're talking about.
We're the same.
But I'm just saying, like.
But your idea is that there's no racism.
No,
and that's
isn't.
A little.
If you're living righteous and virtuous, then there can't be racism. If you're living the life that you need to live, where is the racism?
I feel you.
Like, if you're doing, like me, I've never encountered racism in my life. Have I been pulled over? Yes. Have people looked at me different? Like, every day you walk out the house, you have to deal with positives and you have to deal with negatives.
Question.
Yes.
Did you grow up in a black neighborhood?
Quote unquote, not a black neighborhood, but it was pretty diverse. All my friends were black. I will tell you that. I didn't hang out with white people growing up. All my friends were black.
How about you?
So growing up, I was in Baltimore. I'm black, white, and Puerto Rican.
Okay.
And so I was in an all-white neighborhood. They would not let their kids play with me. Like, they're like, oh, no, stay away from her. You know what I mean? So I firsthand did experience racism, but I guess it's different for everybody.
Well, just because they didn't let
lasting effects,
but just because someone don't let you play with them doesn't mean that they're racist. That just means like, and that's why I wanted her here, because the woman brings that perspective. Is like they always gonna bring that emotional perspective in.
Yes.
Like, oh damn, I can't play with them, so I ain't good enough. You know, like, but as men, we're like, who gives a damn? Like, you gonna play with me? Like, do you want to hang out?
I like to believe that, but
you know, like when I was a kid, like 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, I had a couple white friends that lived in my neighborhood, but my best friend was black. Mm-hmm. Like the one I wanted to hang with every day. Like, he was black. Mm-hmm. But if he wasn't home, if he was out with his dad, or if he was doing whatever, like, I had my other friend, like, I'll go to their house, knock on their door, like, can I play with you? And if they can't play, they can't play. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, it is what it is. I never thought about it. And if they said no, I didn't think about it like, oh, damn, I can't play with them because I'm black and they white.
Absolutely.
Like, I didn't even really, honestly, I never really cared about that. So.
At some point you did, I believe. They might have been talked through, coached through. But I think everybody has that feeling of not being worthy enough or good enough, or I think everyone does.
Definitely. At some point in their life.
Yeah. I mean, I've taught school for a long time. Yeah. I see some of the kids I think are popular, got their shit together kids.
Yeah.
If you poke them a little bit, man, they cry like babies, man.
Well, I mean,
there's a lot of shit going on.
I'm glad you brought that up. That popularity is so, like, people wanted to be accepted by the masses.
By the way,
who cares about what the masses think? Like, when I was in 6th, 7th, and 8th grade, and this is when you knew me, I cared so much about what other people thought about me. I literally cared so much.
Of course.
Like, I wanted to be accepted. And it wasn't until I got to high school, 9th grade, and I was like, fuck y'all. Mm-hmm. I don't care about y'all. and then
with your white talking ass.
But when I got to high school, like, that's when my quote unquote popularity kicked in. Mm-hmm. Like, I went, like,
you became you.
Yeah, like in middle school, like, you even said this. You was like, you said you was a bitch in middle school.
He was.
He called me a bitch, and I was like, and that's when I was like, God damn, and I got emotional. I was like, God damn, I was a bitch. You know what I'm saying? But
he's a little saucy,
and I probably was because on that basketball team, like, I played with all them people in middle school, and I was better than all of them. I don't care what nobody said. I was better than all of them, and they knew that I was good. Mm-hmm. But then when I got on the court in a referee situation, I didn't show that. Mm-hmm. I never did. But then when I got to high school,
you became you.
I became me. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was like, that's when I was like, fuck y'all. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And I was star athlete, got ranked in the city, all that. You know what I'm saying? And I ain't bragging or nothing, but that's just what happened.
And that's what was frustrating about coaching you in middle school.
Yeah.
It'd be like, damn, if this boy would just come on, man.
Yeah.
Like,
you see the potential.
Yes.
Yeah.
See, Cyril, I think, thinks I was tough on him.
Yeah.
And a lot of people do.
Yeah.
A lot of people didn't like me when I think a lot of kids did later. Yeah. But at the moment, sometimes I wasn't liked. It's okay. But I'm trying to get something out of you that you might not see yet.
And that's probably what, and I coach now too. I coach AAU, and I see kids all the time like, man, you have this potential. You could be great. But do you work hard enough, or are you gonna tap into it? So I get it. You know what I'm saying? And when I was in middle school, my head was, I was so even in high school, when I got to high school, I got into girls. I got into girls tough. Like I remember in middle school, everybody was really into girls like that, and I wasn't into girls like that. Like I was just like going to school. I was just going through the motions. I didn't care about dating and having sex with women and shit. When I got to high school, I did, and I got addicted to that shit. I got addicted to women. I really did, especially 10th grade. 10th grade, I was.
Do you think that's a cultural issue?
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Hell no.
That's a part of that. That's a part of that black culture.
I think it's
every culture. Every man loves pussy.
You know, you're right. And I'm gonna say this. It's not and we were talking about this earlier. It's not a black thing. It's really an American thing. It's just the black.
It is.
The black community is magnified. And for some odd reason, but it's everybody.
It's disgusting though.
It is, and we're it's
disgusting.
We
really get real with it. Our music is disgusting.
It is.
Our music is,
and I listen to it every day.
Yeah, it's disgusting.
You know what I'm saying? And
I listened to Cardi B for the first time yesterday.
Oh,
I was like, what? I can't listen to female rap. This man,
I cannot listen.
I just happened to. I was doing some work, and it just happened to come on.
No, it comes on. Yeah,
I was like, oh no, I gotta get this out. It was disgusting.
I can't listen to female rap. Like I used to. I'm not gonna say I used to like Nicki Minaj, but Nicki Minaj was cool. She came out with Wayne and all this shit. But like female rap now is all about popping pussy.
It's just trifling.
It's disgusting. But this is our culture.
It is.
That's a problem.
That's
because it leads to the saggy pants and the grills and the tats on the face, and we can't win like that.
Nah.
That's what I was telling you earlier about the whole Black Lives. This movement right now is cool, but we got to get ready to do our shit. We got to fix our house first.
But the Black Lives Matter is not going to fix the house. They're
blame game.
They're going to tell you that women need to be on top. And I think this is
and the white man is keeping us down.
I think that this is a good time to get into like the women leadership in the black community is.
Okay.
Like men have to take over if we're going to quote unquote get this respect from other people, from other cultures.
Where are you gonna get that from, though?
Men have to.
Where are you gonna get that from?
Well, that's why I started this podcast. This is why I talk the way I do, so that men can. And honestly, like my friends,
why can't it be man and woman?
It needs to be both, but we got to get back in the house.
No, because it's out of order. It's God, Christ, man, woman, children. The woman needs to be the helpmate to the man. Period.
But have you met these trifling ass men, though?
Thank you.
To be honest.
Thank you.
He also says, God, you have to be a leader for them to follow.
And I don't agree with cheaters as men as cheaters and lying and doing all that. And I say this all the time, almost every podcast. A man can have more than one woman if he chooses. That's on him. But if you lie about it, if you tell a woman, oh yeah, we're monogamous and we gonna do this, but you got men on the side or you got women on the side, that's not cool. But if you tell a woman straight up, hey, I got this, that, and the third, that's how we go. Thing, like it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? And if y'all just talking and doing y'all thing, then it is what it is.
Like it or don't.
That's what I'm saying. You can keep it pushing. You go east, I go west.
But the man has to give that woman the option in the first place. They got to let them know what they're dealing with up front. Yeah. So that they can have the chance to say, oh, I want to deal with this, or oh, no, I don't want to deal with this.
But the man, especially the black man, is so controlled by the woman. When they get, like I was just saying, when I got to high school, I was so addicted to the ass, to the pussy. You know what I'm saying? Like my girlfriend in high school, and she listens to this all the time, and we're still good friends. She controlled me. I was going to her house every day after school, picking her up from school and shit. Like she was controlling me, and I let that happen. It wasn't on her. I let it happen, but that's the nature of the woman. The nature of a woman, she wants to, especially in this society, control the man. She wants to be on top. She wants to either compete. She either thinks she's better or good enough to be a man. That's why they got, the football leagues for women. That's why they.
No, incorrect.
What?
Keep talking. I'll come back.
Look, I'm trying to tell you this.
No, we don't think that we're equal to men.
Y'all think y'all better than or equal to men?
Well, shit, we might be better than men, but
that's what I'm saying.
But I don't know. Men can do their thing, you know what I mean? But why can't I do my thing? Like, why can't we have that separation and then come in the middle together? Well, like, all right, cool.
Yeah, but as a woman, if you want to be a wife to a man, your job is to be submissive, and your job is to make your man happy.
But what's the man's job?
His job is to love the Most High and to,
go to
make
work.
The bacon, go to work, get his bread, that's his job. Your job is to be a helpmate to the man. And to love God.
Those things have changed?
That is where
I'll be going on a book that was written a long time ago.
Of course.
Might not have been real, but anyway.
I'm so glad I am so glad you said that. A lot of black men don't believe in the Most High. Do you believe in God?
I believe in a God. Okay. A God, yeah.
A God?
Higher power?
No. There's only one God, though. There's one. Some people believe it like all these Greek goddesses.
Okay, we're going God and religion? Are those two different things?
No, there's just one God. I don't know. Look, I'm not saying I'm a diehard Christian and all this. Sure. I'm just saying that there's one God, and that's it.
Okay.
I don't care what religion you are. There's one God.
I got that.
Okay.
I'll go with that.
There's one.
I say that too.
There's one creator. That's why I always say the Most High. Because it's the Most High created everything. Created man, and a woman came from man.
So what about the life on other planets? Who created that?
Right.
God too?
I don't know about life on other planets.
Oh, you got to.
What life on other planets? There's life on...
numbers.
You believe in aliens?
Of course.
You have to.
Who does not? God
you have to have that possibility.
I ain't never seen an alien in my life.
I know, but you've seen these ships and shit. You think that's just
No,
fake?
I ain't never seen no ship.
Not personally, but you've seen...
a saucer or something.
I don't know. If I ain't never seen it, I don't... Stop.
You can't say that.
Why?
You have seen God?
No.
Right.
How you believe? Same.
But who saw
it? Thank you.
But how do you know there was a huge production?
How do you know there wasn't? How do you know there was a God?
I'm not saying that.
How do you know there was a Jesus?
I'm not getting deep into Jesus. I'm not getting deep into Jesus and all that, but I do know that there's a creator that created everybody and that created everything, and something came from nothing comes from nothing.
I agree.
Something came from something.
But you also
I'm not
say
gonna
that
sit
I
here
can't believe in something I've never seen.
I'm not going to sit up here and say there's aliens on other planets.
What's more probable?
There might be.
I mean, what's more probable?
I don't know.
A God or at least one civilization in the trillions and trillions of possible stars. Which one sounds more believable?
To me, a God.
What?
Okay.
Because even if there are aliens, God created those aliens.
Okay, that's all.
Because somebody created that.
Okay.
They came from something.
Something.
Those aliens didn't create us.
God said.
Look, you can read Genesis and do all that, and you can figure out. You can get into the Greek version of the Bible and all that. Like, because look, the Bible that we read, King James Version, is a translation from the Greek Bible, and the Greek Bible came from the Dead Sea Scrolls and all. So you can get deeper, and deeper.
Go down a rabbit hole.
You can go deeper into all that if you want to. But I'm cool. Yeah. I already know there's the Most High, that He created everyone.
Gotcha.
And He created the man, and the woman came from the man, and He gave women the ability to give birth. And He gave men the seed. And I feel like black men don't protect their seeds. They have kids with women that aren't worthy enough of being mothers because they
are we talking
better than men.
The black community or people period?
People period, but it's highlighted in the black community.
Okay.
If that's true, then why can't some women have children?
Because there's mistakes, I guess.
Yeah, some people just some men can't have children.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? I'm 29 right now. I ain't got no kids.
Yeah.
So the Most High might not bless me with any kids. He might say, you know what, your gift to the world is this.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Your gift to the world might not be having kids. And it may be, I try to protect my seed though. I try not to have kids. I try not to nut in every woman that I have sex with. You know what I'm saying? Like if I do, you know what I'm saying? Shit. I already know what type it is. If me and a woman have sex, I know what time it is. We might have a kid. And women that I've had sex with, they've had abortions. And it is what it is. Like, or if they got pregnant, they got abortion. And it is what it is. Like I can't say it, and I don't agree with abortions at all, I agree at all, because it's just something I just don't agree with. So
But do you think the government should mandate who can and can't have abortions?
No,
not the government, but I think a man should have a say so. If a man says a woman shouldn't have, if the man that had a children with is having a child with a woman, and he says he don't want to have an abortion, then he should have a say so.
That is one thing that pisses me off about women. When they say, oh, well, you got me pregnant, I didn't do this by myself, I'm having this kid, and you got like it regardless or not. Fuck that. If he's telling you he's not ready for a child, then why would you bring that into the predicament? I understand it was both of y'all's decision and everything.
Maybe she wants a child.
Well,
some people wholeheartedly.
But that's in the nature of a woman. That's in the nature of a woman, though.
But then why would you want to have a child with no father?
The nature of a woman. That's the thing. Women they use men just to have kids.
That's some fucked up shit.
Because that's their.
Not all of y'all.
Not all of them. No, not all.
He does these wide.
99%.
These wide sweeping generalizations of all of y'all.
I don't try to generalize.
You okay? You 99 over here, bad. Damn.
There's 100 of y'all. 99 of y'all.
No middle ground with this cat, man.
No, I just think
Black people are responsible. No racism. No middle. Gotta be a middle somewhere.
No, but okay. My thing is coming into an hour. We're gonna go over a little bit over an hour, and I love talking about the gender relations and things of that nature.
You do.
I always speak on, as men, we can't fall in love with the woman. I think falling in love with the woman is leads to mental instability. You're focused on making the woman happy, and the woman by nature is never happy.
Okay.
She's not.
Never satisfied?
Never. And if you're focused on making her happy, she'll never be happy. Her happiness comes from your happiness as a man. So
the happy wife, happy life is just a saying?
Yeah, definitely. Okay. That's just a slogan. That's just a slogan that
is bullshit.
You think it's bullshit?
Yes, I know it's bullshit.
Why?
Well, not for all women, but I'm the type of woman, you don't have to buy me shit. You don't have to give me 24 hours of attention. Shit, you don't even have to spend money. You can take me out to a fucking park. I'm good. I'm happy. But all girls aren't like that. So I guess I can't speak on all of them.
Yeah.
But
I'm pretty sure you got some friends.
That's bullshit.
So you think a man should fall in love with you? Because when a man falls in love with you, he on some shit. If I can't have you, nobody have you.
Okay.
And it really leads to.
Sometimes that's how women are on some left eye shit.
Marriages that are fine.
Yeah, but they're not in love. They just love. I say that in love and love are two different things. You can love your woman, but being in love with her, that's like worshiping, putting her on a pedestal. Like
I feel if a man is in love and a woman is not, it's wrong. If a woman is in love and the opposite of what I just said, then that's wrong.
If a woman is in love with a man, that's cool.
If you are both in love, it's different. It's different.
Nah. That's why I say it's God, Christ, man, woman, children. The man's supposed to be in love with the Most High at all times. That's where you get your heart, mind, and soul. All people, they're fickle. People in the flesh have a beginning and an end. And so as a man, if you fall in love with a woman and then one day she just does something that you don't want to, you don't like that she did, you go all crazy and shit. You be like, oh damn, you can't do that, and that's what men be like, shit. You can't. I can have you, but nobody can have you, and it leads to you shit either jail or death. They end up killing the woman or killing the man.
You're so fucking extreme.
You don't think that?
Yes.
No, I'm saying you don't think that happens though when a man falls in love.
It does.
Have you ever been in love?
Of course.
In love. And what happened? What happened with that?
We got divorced later, but at that moment, I still was in love with my ex-wife.
Yeah,
I knew that the first day I met her. I knew I was gonna marry her.
And I've been in love too.
That's some real shit.
But no, I've been in love too. And guess what happened?
Did you go to jail?
Do you say this?
But you just said you divorced, and me and the woman that I was quote unquote in love with, and I was in love with, we're not together anymore. But the people that
are you scared to fall in love again?
But the relation,
what did it really?
I'll tell you. I'll answer that question in a minute. But when you just love someone and you're not in love with her, love lasts. In love doesn't last. In love is like a drug. When you get high and you come down. I used to smoke weed all the time. You get high and come down, you got to get high again. When you in love, you got to keep getting high. You got to keep feeding that high. But when you love, that's just a state of being. That's who you are. It's sober.
But can you start off in love and move your way down to love?
You better. You better.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
if you fall in love with a woman and you just don't love her for who she is, you're infatuated with her beauty. Because look, I was in a relationship with my high school sweetheart. Not high school sweetheart, but my high school crush. I thought she was the most beautiful woman in the world. I was in love with her. I finally got her as an adult. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, and I was out of order. I moved in with her.
Okay.
And I always say, as a man, you do not move in with a woman. You do not move in with a woman. That is oh my God, it's the biggest mistake men make is moving in with a woman, because it even says it in the great book. I know y'all don't like it, but the great book even tells you when you move in with a woman, the woman becomes impudent. She doesn't respect you at all because she's maintaining you. The woman is not supposed to maintain a man. The man's role is to protect, provide, to be that,
Okay, there's truth in that.
And when you move in with a woman and she's protecting and providing for you.
Well, she's supposed to move in with you?
Facts.
Okay.
You don't move in with no woman. You don't move. Like if a woman has a job, a woman got a good job out in Florida, and you got a good job in Houston or in California, and y'all in love and all that, quote unquote. If you move to her, you go to her, it ain't gonna last. Trust me.
I had a boyfriend and he moved in with me.
Yeah.
And after that, I'm sitting there looking at him like he's...
we're going to get back to that. I'm so glad you said that.
You're good.
I'm looking at him like he's supposed to be providing for me. He's out there hustling or whatever he's doing. But he comes home and he's relying on me for everything. You know what I mean? So I'm like, how can I look at you as a man?
Yeah. Because the woman by nature is confused. She don't really... ask a woman what she want to eat. She'll be like, I don't know.
I want Mexican.
Not all the every time, you know, it's like ask a woman what she want to eat. She'll be like, I don't know. They'd be like, let's get Whataburger. No, I don't want that. Let's get Chili's. No, I don't want that. You know what I'm saying? The woman don't really know what she wants. She got to be told what she wants.
They're asking for you to be the.
Hell yeah, I always know what I want to eat.
But I think most women are looking to be led, though.
Of course, the woman by nature needs guidance. She needs direction.
Keyword most. Not all.
No, I'm gonna say all.
I guess nature.
By nature.
By nature.
When you have a garden and you're growing flowers, all those flowers are gonna grow at with the same soil and the same water. Of course, they're all gonna grow at different rates and all that, but they all have the same foundation. All the same nature.
Okay.
So
I can see that.
Of course, I'm not saying all women are the same, but they all have that same nature. And you said misogynist. And I love that you said that. Because a lot of people call me a misogynist because I believe in the order, God, Christ, man, woman, children. And I don't see it as misogynistic. I just see it like I'm a man and I should be manly. There's no feminine energy in me,
But I shouldn't just kick the woman either, though. You're almost. I'm telling you, you're extreme. I'm right here with you. I'm like running down the road, and then you do something like, shit. I'm about to get on right here. Hold on. I get back. When you come back, I get back on the bus. But not going down that road down there.
I get back on the bus.
I get stopped like,
smart for that.
I'm gonna get off this shit.
But that's the thing. It's like you and honestly, like women want that, man. They want that in a man. They want that leadership. They want that guidance. They need those parameters. They need that. Like when you set parameters for a woman, you tell a woman you got to do this, that, and the third, and they don't listen, and you tell them deuces, they come back. They be like, all right, I'm about. Or if they don't, fuck it, move on. There's a bunch of women out there. You know what I'm saying? There's a bunch of women out there. Like I've interacted with a bunch of women, and
absolutely,
and I'm sure you have too. But in my earlier days, I was always trying to make. I was with the happy wife, happy life situation. You know what I'm saying? I was always trying to make the woman happy, and the woman's never happy, ever. You happy?
I'm happy. I'm ecstatic right now.
Oh, okay. And the woman, she's adventurous. She's spontaneous. She wants to do things. Most of them. And like men, we shouldn't be adventurous and spontaneous. We should plan things out. Like, all right, like women be like, oh, let's go to Austin tomorrow. What?
I'm out.
That's what. Are you going?
Hell yeah.
But what if you got something planned? What if you got to work?
If I got to work, I'm going to work.
That's what I'm saying. Like, what if you got things to do? Like, there is
but
no...
if I don't have things to do, I'm out.
That's what I'm saying. Like, if she, like, oh, we can't go tomorrow, and then she gets all mad and pissed, like, damn, we can't go to all, you got to work. You can call off work, put in your funeral days, like...
Oh, that's trifling. You need a woman.
That's what I'm saying, man. And the woman, but the woman needs that. That the woman needs that. She needs that direction. She needs that, that guidance. Because
somewhere in the middle. It's can't be too far.
So does a man need no guidance?
No. The guidance comes from the Most High.
Oh, Jesus. So then why does a woman need a man if we can get it from the Most High?
Well,
Most High don't talk to you.
You can't get to the Most High unless you go through the man.
Oh, fuck that. Fuck that.
The Most High don't respect women.
He does. But he has masculine.
God, I know you're my creation, but...
No, the woman comes from a man, from the side of a man.
Okay.
A man comes from a woman.
Stop.
Hey, man. This is your
man, so we are at a time. We've reached our threshold. My intern was late, and I'm telling you, she brings like a crazy perspective. That's like,
yeah.
You came late, but you brought what you brought, and I appreciate that. And I really do hope that you come back and I would
love to, man,
and have another conversation. And one thing I want to say, I think Coach Josh McMillan, I think he blocked me on Facebook. Does he still have a Facebook?
He might have deleted you or blocked you.
Because he's still on your Facebook.
I did the same thing, though.
You did? Oh, you did. Yeah. I had to add you again.
I did. He lived too much, man. At the time, I was like, this guy. And I told you, but I want to talk to you still.
And I messaged. I was like, yo, what's this? I think Coach McMillan blocked me, man. And I coach AAU and all. I'm gonna see him this summer. I'm like, hey, man. You better add me back, man. What the hell's going on?
Too much, bro. Y'all was coming. Y'all was going way.
What is
left,
too much?
Man.
Like, what do I say that's too much?
I don't know. When you start getting bitches and y'all's whole ass niggas and that kind of...
I don't curse.
Somebody did that on there.
No, I do not curse. I do not curse on social media.
Somebody on there did.
No.
Somebody got into a situation. It was something a little iffy. So it just got
I think I know what you're talking about. One of my friends, he was a close friend of mine, and I issued out a mea culpa for that, and I issued out an apology, and I felt guilty about it. But I wrote a status about Black Lives Matter and about how they're for homosexuals and all that, which they are. That's not a lie. And he told me to eat a dick. And I was like, God damn. Like, I know your mom. I spent the night at your house as kids. So I texted him, and I was like, yo, bro, like, why you say that? Like, and he was like, eat a few. I was like, damn.
Yeah.
And, as kids, we always thought he was kind of gay anyways. And I'm not trying to put him out there, but, he does what he does. And as kids, all of us, we thought that. And whatever it is, he blocked me. I couldn't respond to him. So I had one of my friends text him from their phone, and he blocked them. And I was like, God damn. So then I was like, okay, well, I'm forced to go to Facebook to write this. And then I wrote a terrible message. It was emotional. I did. But then after
liberal. Liberal guy.
But the next day I
always talking about somebody being emotional.
But the next day I apologized. I told him, I was like, I apologize. Like, I shouldn't have did that. I fell into that, emotional side of myself, and I speak against emotionalness and all that emotional, and I fell into it. Yeah. And, and obviously he didn't respond.
Still?
No. And, I'll write a status on Facebook and everybody will have something to say, but I wrote that status and nobody saw it. Mm-hmm. Like, I got one like. And that was from my girl Tina. She cool as hell. She was like, oh, and then one of my best friends, Mia, she called me. She was like, oh, I'm so proud of you. You did it. It was a long ass. You know how I do my little statuses. And but no one saw it. So it is what it is. But I'm gonna see him later. I'm gonna see him later in life. We'll cross paths, and I'll apologize in person and all that. But there's certain people in my life that I don't. Even though I think or I believe a certain thing, I don't want to lose y'all as, friends or quote unquote friends or associates and things like that. Like, I want us to be able to have healthy conversations. And me and, Mr. Josh McMillan, Coach McMillan, we were supposed to sit down and talk just like this. I really wanted both of y'all here at the same time. I thought
I'll get him on board.
Get him on.
Well,
a couple weeks we'll do it.
I got you.
Yeah, we'll get him on board, man. And I think it will be healthy.
Oh yeah, it'll be fun.
Because I think just now we had a conversation and it was nothing like on Facebook. You know, like it was like we agreed on a lot of things, but there's certain, like you said, you jumping off the bus.
At certain points, yes. I ride halfway with you.
Yeah. But
I'm halfway to Selma.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get out right here at this little cat.
Oh my God. And maybe and I'll probably have my co-host with me next time, Lynn Carlos,
Oh, that'd be great, man.
And I think it'll bring that entertainment value.
Yeah.
Like he's gonna bring whatever he brings. But
it'll be fun.
It'll be fun.
Yeah.
It'll be good. So but like I said, like I'm so glad you came.
Absolutely, man.
Man, I'm back with Coach Eaton now.
Yeah,
I called you Scott for a little. I'm back with Coach Eaton now,
man.
Because
you're almost 30 now, man. You good?
I know, man.
Damn.
Yeah, I know.
This is my first group of students I taught.
This is my coach in middle school.
Yeah.
14, 13, however old I was.
Yeah.
Young.
13, 14.
That's cute.
Yeah, so I'm
17 years ago.
I'm so glad. Even if nobody ever sees this, ever, like we don't get any views on this, I'm glad we sat down and we chopped it up and we talked.
Absolutely.
And I want us to sit down again and I'll probably next month in August or something like that.
Okay.
We'll come back around and chop it up again because somebody else gonna get shot. Somebody else gonna get and I don't mean to laugh about it, but shit happens. And we'll be able to chop it up and we'll be able to look at it and say, give a different perspective. My whole thing is, I want the black man to have a rulership mentality, not be a victim, not blame everybody else for what they have going on. And
personal responsibility. Man.
Yeah, and
black, white, otherwise.
Yeah, man.
Handle your shit, man.
That's what I want you to do, man. Because I'm not perfect, I'm trying to be perfect, and that's my whole thing. I try to be, but I'm not. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And nobody is.
Hey, and pick your pants up.
Yeah, man.
Not y'all, not you. Y'all out there, man. Black folks, pick your pants up.
I'm not gonna lie.
Man.
When I was in
Black
high school
dudes,
and middle
pick
school,
your
I used to
pants
sag all the time on purpose, man. I was a rebel.
No, you were trying to fit in your shitty ass culture.
Probably.
Yeah.
Probably.
Your culture's shitty.
Yeah.
Black culture's shitty.
It is.
So, until we get better.
I'm glad you said it. I'm glad
I mean, hey, man. But if we're honest with ourselves, we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. And like I said, we'll see where everything is going. This is crazy. They're trying to defund police. I don't know if we'll have police in 2 weeks.
Shit, we'll have police.
We'll have vigilantes everywhere. And we got vigilantes and neighborhood watchmen everywhere.
That could go wrong.
Terribly wrong.
That could go
see what George Zimmerman did.
Yeah,
that was
That's what I'm saying. You might be unleashing the house.
I don't know. We want that, but
yeah.
Like I said, I appreciate you coming. I really do, man. I really do.
Absolutely.
I really do want you to come back, and I want us to converse.
Let me know when. I'm here, man.
Yeah, and we'll have. And you were great. You were punctual. You beat me here. You beat me here. You're punctual. I was like, God damn, you can't beat me here. Shit.
Yeah, you're good.
You beat me here, and you gave your perspective, and next time I think. We'll be able to cover even more things.
Absolutely.
And everything.
I hope so. Yeah.
Like I said, and thank you, Natalia, for coming hella late. I know your mom's had to drop you off and all that. I'll take you home. God damn it. So, like I said, it's your boy cKlewis, man. It's Believe, Truth, and Fact, and I'm glad y'all tuned in. This is a special episode for me.
It's special, man. Absolutely.
Special one for me because I got my.
Very proud of you too, man.
Man, you're
very
proud of you. I appreciate that,
man.
I'm trying to. I'm just. I do so much, man. I don't even sleep sometimes, man. I just do so much. I have so much on my plate, but I feel like I gotta get this stuff off. So, we reached
our man.
Yeah, we reached our minute and 15. Appreciate it, man.
Look, man. Much love, bro.
Yeah, and this Believe, Truth, and Fact, like I said, we out, man. That was fun.